Hello and welcome to Riverview. This I'm going to try and make as my long-term save, if you like. The reason I choose Riverview is, for me, this is where map making all began. I mean, I started in FS11. At the time, there was a lot of things that didn't work the way that you expected them to do. In multiplayer, in single player, they worked fine. In multiplayer, they didn't. It was all new to a lot of people, and people were learning, as was I. I was all new to it. So we was doing multiplayer, and I was getting maps given by my uncle, going, let's play on this. And it would be a simple thing. Back in the day, you had to paint like a dirt texture below to mark out a field, and then you'd paint the field texture over the top of that, and the AI would work it. But if you didn't put that dirt texture underneath the field texture, the AI would never work that field. They'd just stop. And that was one of the biggest problems that we ran into when playing, not every map, but the maps that were given to me, most of them had that problem. And I'd have to go in and paint the dirt texture underneath, and no offense to my uncle, but I got annoyed at fixing maps so we could play on them. So I was like, let's make my own. So, not knowing in what direction I wanted to go, I took the base map and made changes and made it work the way that I wanted it to work, added new fruit types and a bunch of other stuff. And I released that map to the public, and then updated it with new things. And before I knew it, I was hooked into making maps. But at that time, I didn't see myself as a map maker. I hadn't made a map, I'd edited a map to work how I wanted it to work. And FS13, I still edited the same map. I ported it over, edited the same map. So I still didn't see myself as a map maker. FS15, still working on this map, and it was named Newbie Farm. And then 17 came out, and right towards the end, I started working on my own map, a completely blank map, and known as today Maypole. And I was making that ready for FS19, and it did get released in 17, but the actual version that was to be released, the official version, was for 19. And then it changed again, and in 22 it became a much bigger area to work and play and enjoy. But I haven't played this map solidly for years, for many years. So I'm going to do that now and hopefully enjoy it. And I will probably pick faults with this map. I always pick faults with my own work, hence the reason I don't play on other people's maps, because I'll pick faults with them. Anyway, and I don't want to be that guy who does that to other people's work, because I know how hard it is to get a map out there. So it's all set up to go run one. We are currently only on 0.5. That will change. Hard difficulty, traffic is going to remain on, seasons will remain on. This could change as we're going through. Maybe to that, a 5-day per season. Or maybe I'll just go with this full 7. Actually, I'll just go with the full 7. Periodic ploughing will be on, but field stones, I can't stand the damn thing, so I'm having them off. All of that will be on, off and on, based on what I need. These will all be off, and then maintenance, because it annoys the hell out of me. Painting I don't care about, but you go in a field and then you have to gate repaired. What? No. This I'll base around the feel. Ideally, I want it to be every year you have to repair your vehicles, but it from January through to the winter is when I want to be repairing them, not having to repair them constantly throughout the year. And then we've got the loan interest rates on the dynamic. We are starting on easy mode, as in, i.e. the farms, everything are there. And let's see what we've got on sale. We got one. We definitely don't need you. Could do with you. Alien. Don't need that. Don't need one of them. That would be nice, but I haven't got the money. That could be a thing. But wrong one. We are looking for weeders. I wish if these was in alphabetical order as well. A weeder, which is that one. Okay, well, we'll go with the idea of you can only buy stuff that's on the store. As in, that's on sale. Can't buy anything else. You can't buy brand new. So we'll buy that. Then what we will do is, because we don't need one. We don't need it. We will obviously sell you. There wasn't a seeder on there, was there? No. That's a shame. The only thing I'll buy brand new is a header, so if a combine comes on there, I'll sell the header and the combine and buy the combine second hand and buy the header brand new and the header trailer to go with it, because you'll never get the combo together. We will, if I need to, I will lease in the stuff that but I will work with the format that if I take anything on lease, I have to keep it for a full game year. We'll open all of them. We'll just get everything situated. Get them all opened. Gates, garages, sheds, doors. Yeah, all them things open. May as well get you open as well. Right, I think I'm not done yet because I forgot one door. We'll take the combine down first. We'll get a tractor to take the header. What we'll do is we'll do this, I think. Alright, what are we going to use for the header trailer? Ideally, something of like you. That isn't too powerful. Those of you who've been on Riverview will know that straight off the bat, you've got wheat fields that are ready to go, and you've got a canola field, and then you've got your grass meadows that, or not grass meadows, but your pastures that are not too far away from being ready, but get you out the way. Park you just here. So it's the tree there that I'm avoiding. Right. I always get this key mixed up. It's that one I want. And then I always press the period key and it's like, no, wrong one. Are we open now? We are. We're ready to go. Good. So this series will be, eventually, there will be a lot of cosplay will be involved in it. Not right now, but there will be. Because there'll be so much work that will have to be done. There will be one farm I will be selling everything on. And I know you're thinking, well, but that's a bit cheaty, isn't it? You're going to end up with a lot of money. The reason being is I will have 3 farms, and all 3 farms will have the things I need. The one farm I'm talking about has one of every animal type that I don't really care for. Just, I will use that as a production area at some point. I'll probably end up joining these 2 fields together. Which means leasing a plough. Probably getting rid of our subsoiler. And then we'd also have to obviously get rid of these trees. Because we're not going to be using any cheats, we'll have to do it manually. Which is going to be fun. Because I don't do forestry. We'll do 2 headlands. The other thing is we don't have feeding robots here, so we'll have to manually feed the cows. Which is all good, because I don't mind that one. That's another reason why I chose this map. Maypole has a good place with me, but I wanted something different. And I think this one will give that difference I was looking for. do another headland, and then we'll start our up and downs. We'll do the canola field last because there's no use for that. This wheat we'll we'll feed the sheep, chickens. I know where I was going with it. We'll feed them. We'll feed them. We'll give that to the put it in the barn for the chickens. So when we buy some chickens, at least there's food there for them. We will. We won't be putting the feeding mixing or the mixing station down just yet, but I think we'll bale this and put it in storage. Which means we're going to need... No, we've got a bale. I think we've got a bale loader, haven't we? When we get to the top, I'll look. I'm sure we've got a bale loader. Do we have a bale loader? We don't have a bale loader. Okay. We'll have to lease a bale loader. Although we have got the auto bale loading stuff, so we could do that. We'll get the Brentner, no, Roland bale loader, auto bale loader. I don't know, you're thinking, cheats. But you'll understand why when you end up seeing how many bales come off the fields when we're actually working them. Especially when we've got the yield higher up. And we've got weeds on, so we've got to watch out for that. We won't be doing contracts, by the way. We're not allowed to do contracts. So the money that we make is what we have to use to buy fields. No contracts allowed. May as well go across here and then go up and we'll just keep doing headlands, I guess. Yeah, it'll be fine because we're almost full anyway. So we'll stop you there. We don't have a tractor for the trailer, do we? Well, I guess it's the case. That's going to be doing that. So as you can see, our grass fields aren't exactly ready yet. Or that grass field isn't anyway. And then, of course, we've got the dilemma of when there's animals in there, we can't do anything with them grass fields. So we will have to buy a grass field at some point. Or make one or the other. So the thing I'm thinking is I can't buy anything new until I actually have $1 million in the bank. Can click to switch, can't I? Yes, I can, but that keeps coming up, which is annoying. There we go. Off we go again. So the good news is there's a few first looks on my new map. Not everybody likes it. That's understandable. I'm never going to please everybody, and I'm never going to try and please everybody. Learned that one a long time ago. Don't try and please everybody. I would like to state that I don't build maps for you guys. I build them for me. If I'm not happy with them, they don't get released. It's that simple. I build them the way I like to play. And I'm never going to change that metaphor. That's just me. I play my own map. I don't know how many people out there who do make maps play their own work afterwards, after it's been released. I don't know if they just go on straight onto another project and start working on that, or they play other people's work. I don't know, but I don't. I only play my own work. Now you could say, well, that's hypocritical because you make maps but you don't play anybody else's. I don't do that because I pick faults with my own map or maps, and I don't want to be, especially during a video or a live stream, going, well, that looks ugly, that could have been better, because who am I to say that about somebody else's map? Now, back in 17, when I joined the Monkey Show, we did do other people's maps. We did play them, but because it was in multiplayer, my mind was sidetracked and I didn't say anything. I did see things that I didn't like. I bit my tongue. And that's how I know I would end up probably saying something that I shouldn't say. And there are maps out there that I do want to play. I'm not going to say what they are, but there are maps out there that I do want to play. And I know we've got a few maps coming out in the next, sometime from this month onwards. There's a few maps that are going to come out, which is fantastic. The more the merrier is what I say. I'm not in competition with any map maker of any description. I never have been. I don't look at myself as being somebody who competes for the best map on Farm Sim. Even if I was one of the best map makers in Farm Sim, I wouldn't compete for that particular status. I don't want it. I do what I do because I enjoy doing it, not because I want to be anyone in particular. I do it because I enjoy doing it. And with my new map being my last one for 22, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be hard to not open Giants Editor and start working on a map. I've done 2 new maps for 22. Normally I don't do that. Normally I work on one map and then since 17, 2 maps. I work on one, get released, work on the next one, get released, start working on updates if they needed it, get them released, and then, you know, any new features that come in, add them to the map, and then send out the updates. But when you've got a lot of maps that you have to update, it gets harder. The more you've got to update, the harder it gets. I get that. But the 2 maps I've made are totally different to one another, and totally different to what I've done that I've ported over from FS19 and before. And I purposely made them different. The key thing for me is, will I enjoy playing on it, and do I like the look of it? That's the key thing. And then I start tearing holes in the map, picking it apart, finding what I do like, what I don't like, and then changing what I don't like to work with the way I do like it. And if you're wondering, well, why are you doing Riverview? Why aren't you doing your new map? I'm going to let you guys enjoy the new map when it comes out. I've had the time to play on the new map. I will be playing the new map, not right now. You'll catch me in occasional doing live streams, doing a live map in the coming days or weeks, where I'm testing, playing and testing. And then when the map's out, you'll find that then we'll just cease. There won't be any more streams like that until there's an update that's needed, and then maybe you'll find a stream or two, or maybe you won't, where I'm testing the changes for the update. But hopefully an update won't be needed. Hopefully it will be out there and people will be able to enjoy it, and it'll all be perfectly fine. I mean, testing has been going extremely well, and very little has been coming back. And what has come back has been immediately fixed. No little notebook saying this needs fixing, that needs fixing. It's immediately fixed, so it's out of the way, it's done. May as well empty this before I go on to the next field. The only thing I dislike is the click to switch and courseplay. They conflict with one another. If I turn courseplay off, which I'll show you, if I change it so courseplay doesn't use the click to switch, you come onto that one, don't you? That one. Deactivate this. Now I can't bring my mouse up, so I can't. Yeah, I have to have that on. What am I doing? May as well go between this tree and this post and get from there. But the grass field over there I want to buy. So I've got a nice grass field. And field 5 is the other grass field I want to buy. Now I know that particular grass field, the hired, not hired, but well, the hired helpers, but cosplay does it weirdly on there. So I will mow that one myself, and I will do my own raking course on there, and then when I've done all of that, I will save all of that, and that way I know they will be fine. If I ever have to use courseplay on there, I can load them particular courses up and just leave it for the worker to do. Oh, we haven't increased the game speed, so we'll go on 10 times for a little bit. Just to let time catch up. So hopefully those of you who are playing Farm Sim right now are enjoying everything that's been coming out. And I mean, there's been a lot of good maps that have come out. Definitely there's a nice variation of maps that are out there as well now. And as I said, there's more coming out. I don't know when these maps that are coming out will be coming out. I just know that there are more maps coming. We all know Oxygen David's got a map coming out. We've seen pictures of Bullet Bill's map and Lancy Boy's map. We got the new map coming at the end of the year by Giants, which will add fruit types in. There's a lot coming out. Or a lot to come out even. There's what 160 odd mods in up for testing at the moment, or awaiting testing, but a 12-day waiting period, because Giants obviously have been working on the update that they've released, testing it and everything. Maybe the period of time now will drop. Maybe next week that will go from 12 days down. Or maybe they're still working on testing for the new DLC that's going to be coming, making sure that no bugs will be introduced with that DLC dropping. and that drops in, well, we're on the, as I'm recording this, it's the 8th, so that will be the 13th it's coming out, or the 12th, something like that. So 4 or 5 more days before that comes out. um ah, let's start going up and down, I guess. This yield is really bad. Definitely want to get this yield up. Any trees and that there I'll cut down. I'll do that during the winter. So I've got things to do during the winter months other than moving eggs around. So these fields will be redone as they are, and in the winter the trees will be taken down. Might leave this field as is, or I might take them trees down there and join these two together. But I will be selling my cedar and leasing in a bigger cedar, a 9-meter cedar, direct cedar. And I think I need a arable roller as well, so I'd have to lease one of them in. I will probably be keeping this particular video to like 1 hour long. Because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning now. And I'll try and get a schedule, pardon me, a schedule going. Might be times when I live stream this, or it'll just all be videos, I'm not sure yet. But this could be 2 or 3 times a week that a video for this comes out. If it's 3 times a week, then I'll probably have it Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. And then I'll probably do it like that, have these ones as videos. and this one will be scheduled to come out next Monday. Which would be the 12th. Gives me a chance to get a couple of videos recorded, so I'm like a week ahead of each time. So when I'm recording them for the week after. Rather than recording them for the day before or on the day. And I'll probably have them so they come out around about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. Will I? Or should I? I used to go by 10 o'clock on a morning, but I'm thinking about doing it a little bit later. Maybe 5 o'clock actually, in an afternoon. So 5 p.m. Shield is really bad, and we should get to the end easily without having to worry. But we got 2 fields harvested in 45 minutes. And I think we can go back down to a 5 times now, which is what the speed is we're going to run on. Maybe. Or should we run on a 10 times for 7 days a week? Let's try 10 times and see how that feels. If it feels a bit too fast, we can always go down to 6 or 5. Let's just stop there. Alright. There'll be some things obviously that I will end up doing off cam. Not right now, but eventually. The next episode will be probably us either finishing off the next field or getting the straw in. Most likely finishing off the next field, because I don't see us getting that field harvested in 15 minutes. Nice field of sunflowers ahead now. Canola ahead of us. Canola looks like sunflowers. Zoom out, go down, it is sunflowers. Wouldn't mind doing them. That'd be a nice little cash boost at the end of the year. I might look into editing the weather file for this map. Make it so it's a bit more wetter during the wetter months of the year for what you'd see in the UK. But that's another field basically done. There we go. We went right up against the hedge on this one, didn't we? Wow. Just thinking of things that we could potentially do in the end. Obviously the productions I will buy around the map rather than putting my own down because it's not in multiplayer, so that rule won't apply here. I'll have to buy the ones around the map. And I purposely scattered them the way I did so that travelling would be a thing. I've done that way with all of my maps purposely. I don't see the point in having it so all you gotta do is cross the road and there's all of the sell points, that kind of, and production points, and you don't need to load anything anywhere, you just move it from one point to another. I don't see the point in that. There's no, that doesn't interest me. Obviously this month we've only got 1 day in it, so this month won't really count. And so in theory I should have ran this one on like 3 times. So but we haven't got as much as it seems to be done. And I don't want to be sitting here in the next 7 days going, well, I've got nothing to do now, apart from skip time. I don't want to be doing that. And obviously, as we expand, there'll be a lot more work going on off cam. If I have to fast forward time, that's when I'll do that. I'm not going to do it on cam. So for example, if I had nothing to do for the next 3 weeks or 3 months of game time, I would skip all that time off cam and then come back and go, right, this is where we're at, and this is what we got to do now. And we just went over some of our crop because this is a better yielding crop field than the last one. Ain't that nice? That click to switch is so helpful. And of course we've got a trailer that will be ready to go for the chickens, which means that before we end tonight we will be buying some chickens. As some of you may have seen, I've been doing Space Engineers as well. That will be a streaming series, basically. I will not be pre-recording any of that. It will be streamed. But we are... Oh. Or as full as we need to be. Give this to the chickens and buy some chickens in, and then we'll take this back down to the field. Turned way too soon there. Figure, where are you? There you are. Oh, it's a high tip. Don't know why I thought this was a thingy trailer. Buy one of you noisy ones, and then we'll buy these guys. That'll be enough. We don't need more than that. So we'll be wanting to replace this trailer before we get cows, because we'll want a a moving floor trailer for the cow barn. Park this here. Come back in that. Put that away. Do a little bit more. Get rid of that. Actually, we won't try and go around that corner. Not like that. We'll put a bit more of a lock on and then go around. Trying to think. It's definitely a better yielding field than the previous one. This is probably the best out of the two, isn't it, that we've done. The first one wasn't as bad. So yeah, probably about the same as the first one. This one's a bigger field, so I will have a rule that I can't sell any fields or any land that I buy. So once I've bought it, that's it. I've got to keep it. I will be doing that rule, and no loans as well. So it's going to be a long process. Before I do go, what I will do is probably buy the farm that I'm saying I don't want. Sell all the buildings so you can see exactly what I mean. And maybe get some greenhouses down there. Maybe. I think we've done too bad in 1 hour. We've got quite a lot done actually. But then these aren't that big, and so there is that. and get lined up for the next line, and then we will empty the combine. As soon as we're ready. Maybe we'll get to the bottom of this line before it needs emptying. The other rule I'm going to have is that by 6 p.m. it's tools down. So that way each day is a meaningful day. Going to you. And as I said, I'll go and buy that land now. So you can see. Oh, I won't because I need 108,000. Well, I said I would sell the cedar because I didn't need that. And the subsoiler because I'll be leasing in Bellow. Everything else is good to stay. I'll buy it. And then I will jump down here. There's gotta be somewhere I can jump to. There. Go. I know. You're thinking, well, there we go. Lots of money for him. Everything. And we'll use that land for something else at some point. There you are. So you can see how much money we've got. That won't change just yet. We will turn you off. Anything come up in the shop yet? Not really. So we want to lease a cedar. No, a cedar. We want... Well, we better see what kind of horsepower we've actually got to work with. 205. 205. That doesn't direct seed though, does it? That's the problem. Well, we'll have to lease you. And then the plough, which is this one. I know, GT plough. And then we needed an arable roller, didn't we? Because we've got that, but we haven't got one for the actual arable fields. So we'd have to lease. You. Lease that. And that's it. We need a good tractor to come up. And then field wise, farmland. What's on there anyway? Nothing. That's interesting. So we might as well buy that. And that. Get the field information for all of our fields. We bought that one, didn't we? We bought the wrong field. Shouldn't have bought that one. Oops. Wasn't that one I was meant to buy? It was that one. The grass field. Leaves us with 122,000. Oh, what are you doing? That one. But that's what we've got to work with. So, yeah, we'll need a corn header for here, which means harvester, you, combinations. Okay. You don't fold up, do you? Okay. That's fine. You're 53,000 to buy. No, we'll lease you. Just have to take the header trailer down. That is not ready to go, is it? That'll be a while. The grass is ready to go. This is ready to be planted. These two and these two need ploughing. This is badly in need of weeding. But that's going to be too late now, I think, for that. I mean, it needs weeding. I don't see any weeds in there. Oh, I do, right there. Well, anyway, I think that we will be calling it right here. I will thank you all for watching. I hope you will come back and see what other shenanigans we get up to. We may have cheated a little bit by getting rid of that farm down here, but we had no use for it, because eventually I'll be doing pigs there. I'll be doing sheep here. And I've got obviously the 2 cows going here and chickens, and horses have no interest in doing them. And if I do I'm sure I'll find somewhere for them. Maybe a pen will go down here, but that can hold 16 and it'll be something. We will be getting rid of this building up here, and that's where we'll have our, in fact I'll do it now, that way it's done. The changes that I need to make, or will be making, that would be going, and then reductions we'd be putting down yeah. Landscape, just do that. There we go. So we've got 28,000 left after all of that, but we've got a lot more fields to work with. Keep us a bit more busier. We can get cows going at some point, so we'll probably not bale this. We'll probably just stick it straight into the forage mixing station. That's the one. That's the point. Does that mixing station take grass or is it hay? Grass doesn't take hay. Okay, that's interesting. So I'll be putting what I need in there. Anyway, yeah. So I would like to, well, first put that on that speed while we're going out. I will thank you all for dropping in, enjoying, and hopefully liking, and maybe you'll come back for more. If you don't, then sorry. If you do, awesome. But whatever you do,